Hi, Mike Sears here. Have you ever found yourself in a crappy situation? Well, crap in Australia is another word for, well, poo. And before the sewerage was put on, toilets were located in a small outhouse in the backyard. It was called the dunny. In the dunny was a dunny can to collect the poo. On the dunny can was a toilet seat. Once a week, the dunny man would come around in the early morning to collect your dunny can, put it in the dunny cart, and give you a nice, clean, new dunny can. Well, now that you know all the dunny terms, let me tell you my story number 8. It's when I was a kid, living at Ruhamah, the boys' home that my parents ran. When my parents first took on the boys' home, the practice was that they would foster the boys out once a year so that we could go on holidays by ourselves. But one year, my father said, "What normal family goes on holidays without their kids? If we want the boys to understand what a normal family is, we need to take them on holidays with us." The people who owned the home said, "Fred, don't do it. You'll burn yourself out." But my father said, "What real father burns himself out taking his boys on holidays with him?" But where could he afford to take a family of 14? One day while at work, my father shared his plight with his workmates. And his boss said, "Fred, my son has a small holiday house up at Bateau Bay. He never uses it during May because, well, the water's too cold. But you and your boys are most welcome to use it." And so it was decided. But there's a lot of preparation in taking a family of 14 away. When I was a manager, I would tell my staff to always adhere to the 7 P's. That is, proper, prior, preparation, prevents, persistent, poor performance. And so my parents endeavoured to do the proper, prior preparation. The little house only had 2 bedrooms and only 4 beds, so we had to borrow stretcher beds from the boys' brigade. The house only had a small water heater, so showers were limited to only 1 minute each. Time's up! Mum had to determine the food she was going to bring. Baked beans? And a trailer had to be borrowed to carry all our stuff. But when we got there, we discovered there was something we hadn't planned for. There was only one dunny can. One dunny can to last 14 people for the whole week. Luckily, the most of us were boys, and so Dad decided on a bush for all our wees. The dunny can was for poos only. The holiday was great. The little house we were staying in was on stilts. Every morning and afternoon, we'd go down to the beach for a swim. The locals would ask, "Hey, isn't the water cold?" But my father, being from England, would say, "Rubbish! It's balmy." We'd play in the sand dunes. We'd go for walks. We'd play French cricket on the road out the front. But after 3 days, the dunny can became uncomfortably full. We were in a crappy situation. My brother Les said, "Hey Dad, I've got an idea. Look, the holiday house over the other side of the street is empty. No one's there. Their dunny can will be empty. Let's do a swap. Les and John, my two older brothers, donned their commando gear. And Dad got his torch. Ha ha ha. They grabbed the dunny can and they carried it across to the house across the road. Slish, slosh, slish, slosh. Said John. I've got some on my hand. Shh, said Dad. We all watched from the window. And when they came back with a clean, fresh dunny can, we all cheered. Again, we were in luxury. That was until the next day, when we were walking back from our morning swim. Les said, "Oh no, look, Dad." As we looked, we saw that a young family was moving into the holiday house across the road. "They're going to get a big surprise," said Stephen. As we passed the man, he said, "Hey, bet the water was cold." "Rubbish," we said. "It was balmy." When we got back into the house, Dad started to pace. "Oh, there's nothing for it," he said. I'll just have to go over there and explain." "Oh no, you can't do that," said Mum. "How embarrassing." While we were arguing about it, the little ones were looking out the window to see what was happening. "They must have found it," called Wayne. We all ran over to look with him out the window. Sure enough, the lady of the house was calling out to her husband, "Oh no, come and see, it's disgusting." And their little girl was dancing around in the front yard singing, "The thunder box is full, the thunder box is full." "That's it," said Dad. I've just got to go out there and come clean." And so he went down the back steps. But John called out, "Come back, Dad, something's happening." He came back and we all looked out the window again. And what we saw was the mum and dad carrying the dunny can, slish, slop, slish, slop, out their gate into the property next door, where they picked up their dunny can and came running back. We decided to say nothing. Apart from that, the holiday was a resounding success, and the trip to Bateau Bay became an annual pilgrimage for the next few years. The next time we were going, though, in the car, someone asked, "Dad, what about the dunny can?" "It's okay," he said. "I've contacted the local council, and they're going to make sure there's a spare one for us while we're there." Last year was a mistake. But hey, if you don't make mistakes, you don't make anything. And he was right. We made lots of great memories. We also learned that you can get out of a crappy situation, even though it's a little bit messy. But the important thing is to have done the proper prior preparation. Well, I've got this feeling that I should go and wash my hands. See ya.